it works. Yeah.
Oh,
Let's just
right,
give
leave
it.
meeting.
Yeah. It's still recording, so that's ideal.
Hey.
Hey. Right. Hi, I'm Dave. This is a Cyderbaby pod, and I'm speaking for the second time to Blind River. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I say the second time. I messed up last time, didn't I, guys?
No, you did on purpose so you get the joy of talking to us all over again.
Well, absolutely. I've missed you so much since Thursday night.
Damn that record button.
Yeah, no, I blame the mouse. It was just a bit sticky.
Right. I won't ask why, Dave.
No, it's probably best not to, actually. Okay, let's get on with the interview. You've got a tour coming up soon, guys. Tell me a bit about it.
Yeah.
Go on, who's
going to very bad news.
Go on, Harry.
Yeah, tour. Yeah, we're doing a tour. Yeah. Yes, we're going on tour after much postponement and deliberation for obvious reasons. Yeah, a whole bunch of these dates have been rescheduled and moved and changed, as we all know about. And hopefully the psychopathic warmongers kicking off around the globe aren't going to make sure it gets postponed again. So yeah, just UK and Ireland little trip.
Yeah.
Was it 10 days or something like that?
Yeah. Who are you playing with?
Starting in April. Oh, a bunch of crazy Northern Irish lunatics by the name of Sky Pilot, who we played a few gigs with before, been good friends of ours. They've got us a couple of dates over their way. We've got some couple of dates over this way and filled in the gaps. And this was supposed to happen 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And now it's finally ahead. So
Yeah,
quite exciting.
Yeah, Will's not in that. He's looking very excited down there in the bottom corner.
I've never been more excited in my life.
Genuinely, that's like you can see the tiny increment of excitement that has changed in Will's persona from his usual level. It may not be visible to the untrained eye, but to us, we're like, whoa, Will, calm down.
To those that know him, this is ecstatic.
Okay, so what days are you playing and where are you playing to?
It all starts off in London on I've got the dates here. We've got these little postcards made out that we're going to be banging around everywhere. Letting people know, come to the gig. If you want one of these postcards, drop us a line. We'll just send you one, just for a laugh. Awesome. And yeah, it's starts off in London on the 8th of April at the Boston Music Rooms. Then Nottingham on the 9th, Manchester on the 10th, Glasgow on the 11th, York on the 12th of April, 13th is Bristol, and then day off on the 14th because we travel to Ireland to do Belfast, Dublin, and Limerick, concluding with the Siege of Limerick Festival on the 17th of April.
Excellent.
And, should our livers still be intact, we might go and record a new album on the other side of it.
Well, this was the other bit of news I was going to ask about. There have been hints of Blind River 3 in the process of being formulated.
Very much so.
Tell me.
Well, this is what we do, and like we've always been. Like when we first started out, we were just gigging and people coming up to us going, "Where can we buy your album?" And we didn't have an album. We were road testing the songs, you know. And we did that for the last album. Went out and played a bunch of them live before we recorded, and we're doing it. That's the point of this tour, really, or what it's become, is to go and road test as much of the new material as possible, see how it withstands the heckles from the crowd.
Yeah, because also you kind of
get booed off.
You change things as well, man. Like when you're out playing it in front of an audience, you get to see like what works really well and what might not work so well. So that's why we've always tried to, just play it as many times as possible, and and then you can, it kind of becomes its own organic thing. You can change it when you want to change it, because otherwise, the whole process of recording and then touring it for us, it's never really been where we've been at, man. We've always liked to take it out, as Harry said, and, just see how it flows live. Because let's be honest, man, that's the environment we all love playing in, and that's what that's where it's generally you get that whole energy exchange, and that's the best way to do it for us. Get out there and road test them, and then we can make the changes, and then go in and hopefully record the best album that we could possibly record.
Excellent.
Yeah, gets you tighter, and the live environment is very different from a rehearsal room, and you can feel that something needs to change sometimes, but you don't notice it until you take it onto a stage.
Well, you're a tight band anyway. I've seen you 2 or 3 times now live.
I bought a round the other night.
Yeah. Okay. You're a very tight band musically. I should
thanks.
expand. I'm not talking about the biz. I saw you at Rambling Man first. I thought, wow, this is like first band on a Sunday afternoon, and you just kicked down all the doors, which
That was a fun gig as well.
Thanks,
That
dude.
was a lot of fun to play.
And then I saw you at Bloodstock a couple of weeks later, and it was just like 10 times the size stage, and you just owned it and ripped it up. So it's just amazing. I mean, where do you go from there? I mean,
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's one thing this band has always wanted to be. I mean, we're fans of music. That's why we're in a band, because want to go, oh, I wonder what it's like doing that, because it's a hell of a lot of fun to listen to. So when we put this band together, the idea, the more we talked about it, the more it became obvious that it's heart and soul of it. It was about playing live.
Yeah.
We all wanted to do as many gigs as possible, and it doesn't matter if we're walking out to play the corner of a pub with no stage at all to One Man and a Dog, or if we're walking onto the main stage at Bloodstock or something and playing to 20,000 people. It doesn't matter. Smash it out of the park. Doesn't, because it's fun to do that. It's fun to just do a good show, whether there's 10 people watching or 10,000 people watching. It really doesn't matter. And that attitude comes across, and I think audiences can tell it as well. I think as an audience member, when I go and see bands, you can smell if they're faking it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can smell if they're not loving what they're doing, and see it a million miles away. And we are completely made sure that we're in a band with people where we just want to go and nail it every time, no matter what, because it's fun.
Yeah, man, it totally, man. Like, every time we play, I really enjoy playing music like with these dudes. So there's never going to be a time where you're like, oh, gotta do this again. It never feels like that, man. It's like literally we enjoy it, and then hopefully that translates to the audience that then enjoy it, and it's it's that symbiotic relationship that Harry mentions. It's that we're enjoying it, we put it out there, the crowd enjoy it more because it's real and genuine, and then that pushes us on and spurs us on further to play even harder.
Like going Mobius strip, you know what I mean? We play, the crowd feed off it, we feed off the crowd, they feed off us. Never ends, and it can take you to another universe.
Yeah, it really can. Love it, man.
Fun.
Okay. He said no, it's fine. Right.
It's really hard to shut Will up in conversations like this. He just takes over the conversation. There's one in every band.
He's too busy being tranquil in his environment. I mean, look at it; it's beautiful there.
It is beautiful.
Rather nice cup of tea here.
Oh,
is that the mug from the venue in Wales we played?
Look at that.
Yeah,
the Red Lion, Leo's Red Lion. Great place.
That was a cracking night as well.
They are cracking people there, and that was a great night.
Yeah. I saw you, and the last time I saw you was at H-Stock in Hannah,
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
Yeah,
man.
That was a great show.
Yeah,
that was a good, the whole thing was great.
Yeah. I mean, I saw you there. I bumped into a couple of guys there who'd, I think there was a bet going on at some point about how many times they could see you live.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Go on, tell me a bit about that.
This guy, Andrew, and a friend of his wife, just kind of like they were having a conversation one day in the pub, apparently. I don't know the exact details about it. And turned out that she'd seen us one more time than he had or something. And it was only like 3 or 4 times.
Right.
And so they decided that there was going to be a contest over the next year who could see us the most. And the loser had to buy the other one dinner or something. They just kept it going even after the contest was won. I don't even know who won it, but like
they're up to in it's in the 60s now that they've seen us, man. I know that. Like they've been to a lot of shows, man.
It's about
I think they've been to more of our shows than I have.
Yeah.
That's not hard.
Yeah, dude. But what's funny is the joy that I see on their faces when they learn that the other person's like ill, so they can't come to the gig. They're like, yes, one more, man. You can literally see it. Oh, it's a shame they're ill, but yeah, I win. I've got one in credit. Yeah, you see it.
It's crazy, but it's mind blowing that someone would like want to do that anyway. I mean, I'm always a fan of traveling to see bands because it's more of an adventure than just going to your local. Like, travel to the next town, get a train out of your comfort zone, and you know, you have a bit more of an adventure than just the gig itself. And so I wholeheartedly applaud them, but like, it blows my mind that somebody would want to come and watch us 60 times and they're still coming. But it's,
yeah, they are.
I feel chuffed. We're honoured that someone would want to do that, you know. And there are enough people at our gigs who are saying really positive things about what they've just witnessed, and I guess we're doing something right.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So step it back a bit. Then when did Blind River come together then?
Dan and Chris really started it. Really, you know, you started jamming, didn't you? Got a few.
Yeah, we kind of like, you know, just to set the scene. We kind of all we played shows together, like all of us collectively in our many different separate bands, and so we were all kind of aware of each other, and we'd hung out a few times and like chilled out.
Oh, sorry, were you saying something?
It came that moment where I spoke to Chris and was like, "Look, man, do you fancy doing something?" You know, because I played in a 1-guitar band, and obviously when Chris was nothing, I was like, "Let's maybe start something and have a 2-guitar band." So we just started jamming, writing some songs, and then, you know, everyone just we kind of knew who we wanted, because again, as Harry touched upon about, you can kind of tell like who wanted to play live a lot. You could see like, oh, that person in that band's really good and they love what they do, and you can just, and then, you know, I guess over time we just gravitated together, and then we're all in a band where we were like, you know, the general answer is, do you want to play a gig? The general answer is yeah. Where? And that's literally it, man. So yeah, and everyone just came together, and we never had a this is quite funny. We never had a discussion about what should we sound like. That was never a discussion for us. We literally just got in the room, played, and then just let it go where it went. You know, there was never a discussion about how we should sound or what we should aim for. We just and it's still now, we just get together, and organically what comes out of us, man, we stick with, and if we like it, then we're like, yeah. And if we don't, we, you know, and we soon know, like, you know, if everyone's heads nodding and they're like, oh yeah, then you know it's a winner. If it's not, then you're like, oh, scrap it. So it's kind of, yeah, if we're into it, first and foremost, who cares what it, like, you know, what genre or subgenre it sounds like, as long as it's, you know, fucking rock and roll, it's fine.
Yeah,
right?
No one's precious about it either. That's a good thing. I mean, we've all been in bands long enough, and most of us have been in bands with people who are questionable about a great many things, but this, you know, because we all know each other from being in other bands, and you know, appreciated what each other were doing, you know, the question of what kind of music should we do just didn't even come up. It was just like, wonder what would happen if we made some music without any particular style or genre or anything like that. I mean, if you look at the stuff I've done in the past, it's often a lot more left of field than what we're doing, but it's just fun to make music with these guys. So
this is your pop band, Harry. This is your pop band.
Yeah, it kind of.
Really?
It's the most accessible thing that I suppose. I mean,
Okay.
But you know, that doesn't. Well, I don't know what that means, to be honest with you. It's music. Music's either good or bad, and as simple as that.
I'm right.
Absolutely. You did a little thing for, was it the Black Heart back in COVID days, didn't you? Little music, or a little video, I've got to say.
Yeah, we did a little.
That was a bit of fun.
Buy the Black Heart a pint.
Yeah.
Just to try and raise some money, because, you know, they were in trouble of going out of business due to COVID and everything. So yeah, we try and help out when we can. We're aware of how, you know, of what makes the scene roll, and it's not just the bands and the people who come to gigs. While that's the main contributing factor of why it exists, it's still the promoters and the bar staff and the door staff and the sound men and the, you know, the roadies, and, you know, there's so many cogs in the chain that make it work. And if too many venues are closing down up and down the country anyway, so if there's anything we can do to help one stave off the wolves from the door, then, you know, we'll do everything we can, because we love doing this. You know, it's not about being a rock star or making money. It's about having fun and being in that room with like-minded people and making a fucking noise. And yeah, as soon as anywhere we can help out is in trouble, then we'll do everything we can. We'll have fundraisers, you know, and hopefully there won't be the need for many more, but if there are any, whenever we get asked to do something like that, we're always yes straight away, because it's the scene. You've got to keep it going.
It survived, man. It survived, and it continues to like put on bands. It survived that whole, you know, that whole period of time where it was exceptionally tough, you know, and I think especially with somewhere like the Black Heart, I think it probably just goes to show how embedded in the sort of scene it is. Everyone wanted to save it. Everyone, I know loads of other bands as well, did everything they could to try and keep it open, you know, and that's probably like, you know, how close to everyone's hearts it is, man, because it is that, you know, it is that underground beating heart of the scene. It just is, man. And yeah, it's nice that so many people gave a shit about it and cared about it.
Yeah, I went there for the first time in November to see Jack J. Hutchinson, and apart from tripping over the steps, I think going in, because basically I was blind as a bat and it was fairly dark. They actually served a Devon Red cider, which is a Sanford's Orchard, local to me, and the chap was quite surprised I actually knew the actual cider make. So here's to them. That's
yeah, here's to that.
Yeah, here's to that.
It's a venue that's run by people who care about it. You know, they don't just want to get in your Stellas and your Fosters and put them on the bar and just sell them for the most money. It's a pub run by people who love running a pub, you know, and venue. So
yeah, totally.
They care about it.
But going back to that little video, does this mean that the banjo is now going to appear on Blonde River 3?
Oh,
I forgot Chris was playing the banjo.
Never say never. Hey, if you want to talk about crazy instruments, I think we need to direct you down that way to Mr. Will Hughes, who, as you can see by the collection in the background on the shelf, is a purveyor and multi-instrumentalist of crazy instruments.
Yeah, there are a lot of weird instruments to hand.
Will.
Well, indeed. Yeah, no, I've got a few things. I play a few instruments, but I've been studying at the moment. Actually, I've been studying Arabic music for about 5 years now. Like really getting into the theory at the moment and doing the percussion, the darbuka and the rik, and the ney. It's like a reed flute, like a ancient thing. I love it. I'm gonna geek out, so I won't go on too far. But like,
no, that's fine. That's what you can.
There's a video. There's a video when we recorded the first album. We did like a little. We were just jamming around afterwards and having a little like a mess about. And we started to do that. What was the Mr. Big song? We started jamming. Is it called? Is it Be With You? I'm the one who wants to. And Will ripped an amazing. Was it a recorder or a flute solo?
Recorder.
Yeah, Will just ripped out this recording solo.
Great instrument. It's the unsung hero, the recorder. It really is.
The video's on our Facebook page. Look for it. It's well worth the hunt.
It is well worth it. Video. It's under there.
I shall show that video to my daughter and her partner when my granddaughter starts playing her recorder and say, "Look, this is how good you can get."
Yeah.
Where is that?
Would to.
Yeah.
At the moment, the eyes roll and the tears just stream down the face, but you know she'll get better.
And that's well, it's like the recorder and the violin, right? The most beautiful instruments ever to learn,
especially for children. To
yeah.
Ukulele's the one now, isn't it? Ukulele's the one in the schools, and you know, it's got a little bit more street cred. It's a bit more like a guitar, and it's a bit easier on the ears as well, if I'm honest.
But basically, no, none of this will be on the album.
No.
A rock band.
We're not gonna go with Jethro Tull for 3. It's not gonna happen, man.
Well, who knows? Actually, I mean, we still haven't finished writing it all. Like we say, we're going to be making adjustments on this tour coming up. We're going on tour in April, just in case anyone's tuning in late.
Hey, look at that! Yeah.
So who knows? Is the answer? Is the truthful answer? Because
have you got any songs you could tell us about now, or titles, or anything like that?
No, well, to be honest with you, they're still changing. They're still mutating around each other. There's some songs that one day it's called this, and then I go, do you know what? That title suits this song better, so I'll put it over on that one, and then shift the lyrics about and blah 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 blah. And yeah, it's until it finally goes. That's the finished thing. I tend to keep all that under wraps, let it brew for a little while. And, keep dipping your toe and tasting it, and when it's ready, you'll know.
some of our previous like working titles have been like they're kind of no holds barred. Like,
some
quite rude titles
would get us into trouble.
Yeah, and I just remember once, it was funny. It was on the last time we last time we recorded the second album, and it's funny enough, we're playing the same festival on Saturday, the Legends of Rock Festival in Great Yarmouth. We did that literally the day before we went in to record, and obviously they were all just working titles, so there was like, they were, you know, horrific titles, and obviously just for us to look at, it's fine. But then afterwards, people were like, "Oh, can I have a set list?" Went to grab it, and we're like, "Oh, yeah, I suppose you can have it." Yeah, don't pay too much attention to the song titles; they're not finished yet. Because it's all
nobody pays attention to the song titles anyway. Even now finished.
Yeah. Or lyrics.
I don't.
No. Hey, as long as you're screaming in key, that's all that matters. It's fine, right?
Exactly that. Yeah.
Okay, remind me of the tour dates again, in case somebody missed them at the beginning.
All right. Well, it all starts on the 8th of April in London, Nottingham on the 9th, Manchester on the 10th, Glasgow at the Hub and Pint on the 11th. The 10th we're going to York. Then the 13th, no, it's the 12th in York, sorry, the 13th of April, Bristol. Then we head over to Ireland for 3 gigs, Belfast, Dublin, and finishing off at the Siege of Limerick Festival in Limerick.
Excellent.
And yeah, that's,
can we send you a picture of that?
Little,
well, you can do.
Run of gigs.
You got something on Facebook I can look at?
Yeah, it's all,
you're all on social anyway, aren't you? Yeah. Okay, Blind River, thank you very much for your time again.
Cheers, Dave.
Thank you.
And I hopefully see you at Crofters Rights in Bristol, which is what, the 13th, I think you said.
We will look forward to it.
Yeah.
And we'll buy you a pint.
I'm just praying that somehow you'll find somewhere on your hard drive the first time we did this interview, because I think it was funnier. But then again, I was a bit more drunk at that one, so maybe
yes. I've got bits and pieces, but just like a second of blackness, I think, like you said at the beginning, was probably the best way to go.
All good. Well, it still says it's recording now, so I reckon.
Oh, it is. Yeah, we're still
good.
going. I mean, anything else you want to talk about?
Quickly, I guess we play Legends of Rock next week, which is the 4th Friday in Great Yarmouth. Then we go out for 3 shows with Evil Scarecrow, and then we start our. Then we start the tour we mentioned, and then there's a couple more stuff that's coming out, like to be announced later on, some festival shows and stuff. So yeah, come and see us, man. Say hello.
Excellent.
Yeah, check out some new stuff. Help us write the songs. Help us build them. Let us know what you think of the new stuff when we're playing them live. Come and give us your opinion and help us make a record, and be much appreciated.
Definitely.
Excellent. Thank you very much, guys. I shall see you soon.
Take care, man.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye-bye.